to the Bastards YouTube channel. Tonight, the primary topic is who do we think should be the Red Sox leadoff hitter? Nick is with me tonight. We kind of differ on this, but we're also somewhat flexible as well. So we'll be getting into all of that. As always, please like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. And as always, you can find more content from us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. So check those out. How are you, Nick?
Excellent. I'm doing good. How about you?
Not too bad. 2 weeks to go until opening day, so it's getting pretty close.
Counting down the minutes. It's coming.
Are you going to be able to see it on opening day? It's like 2:00 on a Thursday, so
Nope. I'm gonna have to record it, just like every hardworking person out there right now, or semi-hardworking people, depending on who you can find. Yeah, I'll be recording it. I'll be recording it and watching it at night, just enjoying it. So I'll be playing the don't say, don't tell me kind of game that afternoon, and hopefully for a good game to watch.
Yeah, this is the first year where I can just watch it. I don't have to schedule time off or fight someone about it. So I'm looking forward to that. With my luck, it'll probably be a rain delay watch. It's going to happen,
Right? Yeah.
And the universe can blame me if it does. All right, so one thing that's unresolved right now is who the Red Sox leadoff hitter will be. Now, we know already it's not going to be Yoshida. Alex Cora has essentially taken that off the table. Yoshida himself says he's never been a leadoff guy and he's more comfortable hitting elsewhere in the order. The Red Sox seem to want to oblige and go along with his desires. And so there's a few candidates that could potentially do it. Who do you like the most?
I think the most reasonable choice, my pick was Yoshida before this whole thing came out about him not wanting to lead off. It would be Enrique Hernandez. I know he's been there before. He's had a mixed bag, somewhat good, somewhat bad. But I'm actually a little optimistic on him. I really like his production we've seen in the WBC. For Team Puerto Rico, he's been their spark plug. So hopefully this can translate and carry over to the season. But that would be my choice to put up the top and give a little bit of comfort and stability into a spot where they so desperately need it after having Mookie Betts for so many years. That would be my choice, Mookie Betts, but I can't have that. So Enrique Hernandez is who you're going to get from me.
I don't hate it. And in a short sample size, Kike was more than adequate as the leadoff guy in 2021, had some postseason heroics as well in that role. You mentioned how we had Mookie before. So, like during the Don Browski era, we had a bona fide leadoff guy.
Sure
Go back to the Epstein era. You had Johnny Damon and Ellsbury. There might have been a 1 year, 2 year gap in between them, but they were both bona fide leadoff guys. And I'll give Sherrington a pass because he lost Ellsbury, after his first year there. And everyone really thought Jackie Bradley was going to be the guy.
Yeah.
Didn't
he couldn't even hit out of the 9-hole, Terry. I mean, come on.
Well, he went back and forth to Pawtucket a couple of times back when that was.
Should have stayed there.
Yeah, I was never. I mean, I appreciate what he did in 2018 in that Astro series, won the MVP, but that was one era.
One of those from me.
Yeah, I forget where is he with Kansas City now?
I think he's with Kansas City on a minor league deal. I believe it or not.
Okay. I thought he ended up somewhere. He did resurface in Toronto last year after the Red Sox DFA'd him. But again, I don't hate Kike. For everybody married to Devers in the 2-hole, it's a good option because you're not going lefty 1-2, which I personally don't like. So it's kind of a natural fit there. My choice, if I got my way, and I don't think I'm going to get my way by the way things are trending. We'll get to where they're trending here in a second, but I really like Alex Verdugo in that slot.
Mm-hmm.
He had a slow start last year. The first, 6 or 7 weeks of the season, basically late May, started really putting together some good at-bats. Verdugo doesn't walk quite as much as you'd like to see for a top of the order guy, but he does not strike out a lot. He's going to give
Mhm.
you a good at bat. And last year when Kike went down with his hip problem, you started to see Alex Cora move Verdugo all over the lineup. He was in the fifth hole for a while. Then he kind of got moved up towards, I think he was
Mhm.
more in the two hole, if I'm not mistaken. But he was hitting anywhere Alex Cora put him. And I think he's coming into 2023 with a chip on his shoulder. So I think he would thrive in that role, and I think he would embrace it.
I like your choice on that too. One of the things that you mentioned was the chip on the shoulder. It's nut up or shut up time for Kike. I mean, for Alex Verdugo. Excuse me. He needs to prove it. He wants the big contract. He wants an extension. What a great opportunity that would present himself if he starts the season in the leadoff role. I don't hate your take either.
I would love to see it. And again, I don't think I'm going to get my way. The guy that seems to be trending towards a very
Yeah.
popular pick is actually Triston Casas.
Mhm.
So lots of pressure, like we were talking about pre-show. Is that
I
your
don't
least?
love that move. I don't
Okay.
love that move. I still think that this guy has a lot to prove. Dustin Pedroia started out his career very slow way back in 2006. People thought he stunk the joint up. He was nothing. My hope is that this is what we see now out of Casas and that he surprises people and he ends up producing and becoming a mainstay on this team. I mean, let's be honest here. If the Red Sox are going to do anything this season, they need Casas to be their stud. If they don't get this, I'm nervous. So I'm really hoping for something big and something quick to start this season off on the hot streak for Triston Casas.
It is a lot of pressure for him. There are some aspects where I kind of get why people like him up there. Despite only hitting 197 last year, he had a 358 on base.
Mhm.
So that's 161 points higher than his batting average. Um, he's going to draw a lot of walks. He's got very good plate discipline. Those are all things that you like with a top of the order guy. Some of the things I don't like about him is he's probably the slowest guy on the team. So take an average base runner like Christian Vasquez was. He could leg out some doubles. I'm not sure Casas is going to be able to leg out, the same number of doubles as a guy like Vasquez would have.
All right.
He's going to be held to a lot of singles, and it is what it is. You don't want him to get hurt either, so you got to just he's got to play within his natural abilities. And the pressure, like you said, I don't know that that's the best thing for him. You could easily hide him down in the 6 or 7 hole just to start the year. And, if he settles into a rhythm and he's finding his groove and suddenly he makes the most sense, fine. Okay. Put him in the 1 hole. But I'd
I
rather have a
will.
veteran guy like Verdugo for sure.
I totally agree with that. The other thing I want to make sure of with Casas is he cuts down on some of the strikeouts or anything like that. I want to see that ball be put in play, like you said, gets on base. That's a big thing. If you're going to be the leadoff guy, you got to be the table setter. You got to get on, set up Devers, set up Turner, and set up these other guys to knock you in.
Yeah, I'm just real quick trying to pull up his spring training numbers. I think I've got him right here. He is hitting in spring training right now. Wow, he's actually hitting the ball very well. He's hitting 382 with a 432 on base. So perhaps this is where the momentum is coming from. 2 home runs. He's driven in 6. So we'll see. I don't think this guy's going to be a bust. I think
I hope
eventually,
not.
I think he's going to be a bona fide major leaguer. What his ceiling is, I think that's the only mystery at this point. So we will wrap on that. Enjoy the weekend, enjoy the WBC. It's one and done from here out and all the rounds. So enjoy the rest of your week.